Every time I start this show, I want to say good morning and welcome back to the Global Stewardship Podcast. But then I think to myself, you could be listening at any time of day, so I'm just going to say, hey, thanks for listening to another episode. I took last week off. I had a 2-day migraine, and we were preparing for our annual farm-to-table dinner here that we do on our farm in South Carolina every single year. In my speech that I do every year, it's always on the fly, impromptu, I thought aloud that I find it especially strange that we call this event, quote unquote, farm to table. Like, farm to table is a once a year checklist thing to do. I also find it strange that we call it farm to table because our family and farm crew eat 100% farm to table every single day. We have to call it farm to table so people kind of know what they're coming to. But, everyone around the world eats farm to table every single day, 100%. It's just whether or not they know their farmers personally, or even the state or country of where their food comes from, or even the source of a single ingredient. It's really special to host these events where people who normally just grocery shop for everything can have a 100% local meal where they can meet every single farmer that grew or produced their food. But yeah, I thought it was really strange that we do call it farm to table, and that we don't all view farm to table as how we eat every single day, every single meal. For me, farm to table is this deep appreciation for my daily bread and understanding of all that goes into growing my food. My understanding grows every day, every year, every podcast. But for me, farm to table is a knowing of how my food was grown, and then also the ripples throughout the world that happen because of the way my food was grown. Not a meal goes by where I don't hold a reverence or admiration for the creator of the universe who sustains us, bring the rains right on time, and co-creates with regenerative farmers like me. So our annual farm to table is just an opportunity for us to try to encapsulate that, try to foster that connection in others in our community. And I know we failed to do so, but we sure try. So a lot goes into it. It is definitely days and days of preparing, cleaning, cooking, washing napkins, folding napkins, washing plates afterwards. My eyes are twitching. I'm so tired, even several days afterwards. I think part of the reason I get so exhausted isn't really because this stuff is exhausting in itself. It's that I'm carrying the mental, emotional bandwidth of holding the whole thing together, making sure everything actually happens. Like when it's your brainchild, a lot of the weight falls on you. I'm happy to have another year in the books and behind us. It was beautiful, wonderful. It's a special experience when people are sending you raving reviews even before the night's over, as they're driving home, texting you about how amazing it was. We had one woman pull me aside and say to me, it's so hard not to tear up talking about how beautiful this evening was. They said it was the best food they'd ever had. I thought, man, they must have not had some very good food. But I felt really honored that she said that, and that so many people sent pictures and all of their raving reviews within 24 hours without even being prompted to do so. It's a special event when they feel so inclined to reach out and make sure you know. So thanks for letting me take a week off. It was a beautiful time. I've been incredibly eager to share this episode, though. It's actually one of my favorite stories, and although my guests are a little bit worried that you won't be able to understand their accents, I've assured them that this story is way too awesome not to share. We're going to be chatting about honey hunting in the Himalayas, specifically the Himalayas of Nepal. This is the most dangerous, deadliest honey collection in the entire world. Now, I overheard a conversation a couple days ago of some young people saying that Nepal was part of India. Just want to clarify, Nepal is totally their own country, their own culture in many ways. It's one of my favorite places in the world. My high school boyfriend was actually from Nepal, so I know a lot about the culture. I speak some of the language, conversationally, and just love it. One of my favorite places I've ever been, by far. The people, the scenery, the food, 10 out of 10. So I've been eager to find land stewards in Nepal to host on the podcast because it is one of the most geographically diverse places in the world. They have some of the most drastic elevation changes of any country on the planet. The elevation actually ranges from 194 feet, which is very close to sea level, all the way to the peak of Mount Everest at over 29,000 feet. And for those of you who know elevations in meters, not feet, that's about 60 meters to over 8,000. So that's a huge elevation change, and it creates a lot of microclimates that allow many things to grow. So in Nepal, they've got rice production, millet, barley, cardamom, coffee, tea, citrus. And today we're talking about honey hunting, all within the same country. Also, around 2/3 of Nepal's population depends on agriculture for their livelihood. That's a lot of people who rely on farming to bring in the money. And speaking of money, I think in Nepal, farming contributes to roughly a third of the national GDP. Despite the fact that Nepal is becoming increasingly tourism centered, food production is still a huge part of life in Nepal. And one special thing about farming in Nepal is that most farmers are smallholders who are cultivating under 2 hectares of land. These are small, intensive plots on steep or terraced hillsides, as I'm sure you can imagine. I'm excited to be discovering different people in Nepal to interview. I'm hoping to find many more. Like I said, it has a special place in my heart. The Himalayas are incredible, stunning. Nepal is a beautiful place nestled in between India and China. So today we're talking about a special kind of honey that's from this area, often in the mid-hill regions of Nepal, where there are biodiverse and rich wild rhododendron forests. And because this is the Global Stewardship Podcast, and my goal is to highlight faithful land stewards every single week who are operating with the planet in mind, with their communities in mind, not just how much money they can make, how easily, how quickly, and how much. Because of that, today we're here with both of the founders of Himalayan Hunters, which is one of the few companies that ethically sources this honey and puts it on the market. So today we're sharing about what Mad Honey is, their story, and some of the adventures that they've been on. They actually offer tours for people like us, myself, and the listeners of this show to join in and be part of this honey hunting tradition that dates back at least 2,000 years, working side by side with the largest honeybee species in the world. So today you'll hear all about that and how, due to tourism and global curiosity about mad honey, it's led to some overharvesting and dangerous commercialization. And so because of this, sustainable harvest, quotas, fair pay, and community control of profits are crucial. So the ethical question here isn't just ecological and about the environment and the planet, but it's cultural as well. If you're anything like me, you're going to leave this episode planning your next trip to Nepal. I have missed it ever since I left. My husband's never been, my 2-year-old's never been. I think next time we're going to absolutely have to go and experience this incredible honey harvesting up close and personal. As always, thank you for listening to the Global Stewardship Podcast.
First of all, I'd like to thank you, Hannah, for this opportunity. People from Nepal don't get the exposure most of the time for the hard work or the things we do here. So, thank you so much. We are co founders of Himalayan Hunters, where we sell organic, unique products found in Himalayas of Nepal. I'm Abhishek. And I'm Yashika Bandari, also the founder of Himalayan Hunters. We are husband and wife, and starting Himalayan Hunters was such a dreamy journey because it's like traveling to beautiful places, places where even roads are not available, and it was adventure and also fun at the same time.
Well, I have so many questions about it, but before we jump into talking about all these adventures and what you guys get to do, can you share where you're from originally in Nepal and how that led you here today?
Sure. Talking about me, we belong to different landscape. Actually, we are from two different zones, and I'm from one part of Nepal. Agriculture is one of the main profession there, and childhood, I would say it was fun, but due to the high temperature, I didn't actually went out that much. So I come from the eastern part of Nepal. Right now we're operating and staying at Kathmandu.
So we're running this company. Basically, I'm from the eastern part of Nepal, and she's from the western part of Nepal. We got married, and like we're staying here in Kathmandu now,
Yeah, in the
Cool.
middle of
living
the
our
Nepal.
dreamy life.
Right. How did you guys meet if you were from opposite sides of the country?
So our background is aviation. We used to fly for domestic airlines. I worked there for more than 5 years. She was there too. We was working together, and first we became friends. We share a great bonding. Then we thought about getting married, staying together throughout life. So yeah.
Wow, that's awesome.
We were friends for more than 4 years, and somewhere in between, we felt the connection. And out of nowhere, one day he proposed, and here we are today.
Wow. So, what led you guys from being in aviation to now having an interest in the food system and farming?
Actually, we both are very much nature lover. We enjoy being in nature, and flying was just part of the dream. And while working there, we realized this is not for us,
Hmm.
and we want to belong somewhere which is more peaceful, which is more rooted.
We always wanted to do something by ourselves, not like working in others' company and all. We want to build something by ourselves.
And in Nepal, there is a huge gap, I would say, as too many products, too many good quality products are being produced. And the problem is that they don't get the right amount they deserve, and the farmers don't get the right amount they deserve. And that is a huge gap, I think.
Hmm.
And this product we sell right now holds a huge health benefits, and the local people value that product a lot. For example, Mad Honey is so celebrated in the village that they don't want to sell it. They always prefer to keep it.
For
Maybe,
themselves.
Yeah,
yes.
yeah, for themselves because it holds like various medicinal benefits. It is used by Nepalese community from hundred of years ago.
And these products don't get the right market, and if they do, most of the time the people living in US or somewhat privileged people comes and give them a really low value of the product and sell it
Right.
in very high value. And I don't think that's fair. So that was something we recognized few years back, and also wanted to work on that, as we are this agriculture country, but it's not being promoted like that, and the farmers are not getting the right value. And that is also the main reason we stepped in this sector.
Right. Yeah, it's that's a definitely a huge need. Awesome that you guys saw that. Can you explain more about Mad Honey? How it's collected, how it's different? What does the terrain look like in the places where it's harvested?
Okay, so mad honey is a rare hallucinogenic honey found in the Himalayan region of Nepal.
Hmm.
So the honey is the world largest species of honeybee. It can like measure up to 3 centimeter long. The honeybee feed on the special kind of rhododendron. There are more than 30 species of rhododendron found in Nepal. Among them, two of the rhododendron produce the neurotoxin called granotoxin. So the honeybee basically hive on that special kind of rhododendron. They collect nectar from the rhododendron and they like take back to their hive and the honey is produced. In a single honeybee lifetime, they only produce 1.5 tablespoon of honey in their whole lifetime.
Wow.
Yeah, so that's the one of the reason the honey is really rare.
Hmm.
It is really interesting. The way they harvest the honey is really interesting. So it is found in the height exceeding 3,000 meters. So the honeybee makes hive on the steep rocks, which is like 200-meter long. So the process itself is death defining. It's a deadliest culture, and the technique is passed down from generations. Their grandparents used to harvest the honey the way they harvest right now.
Hmm. Wow.
Harvesting honey, they use all the traditional equipment.
Wow.
Without any safety harness, just they climb through the bamboo ladder that is also handmade. and everything is handmade basically. That is made by the products available in the village.
They play with the life to collect the honey from the nectar.
For me, it was like
Yeah.
I didn't know how they're doing it. It's so
Basically, they
surprising.
climb like 200 meters steep rocks to harvest the honey from there by using all homemade equipments, no safety harness.
Also
Mm.
barefoot.
Yeah. Every time we get
Also,
there,
there.
every time we go there, we are really amazed. Like, we're, oh my God, we are like, oh my God, like, they're doing this.
Wow.
And also, I would like to add on, the bee that makes mad honey prefer very silent places, very peaceful places, and they are not usually found easily. So the hunting process start 2 3 months prior, as the villagers look for mad honey or the hive.
Right.
And most of the time the roads are not there where the hive is, because they prefer peaceful place and flowing water resources nearby. So the hunting starts prior, the location is marked, and the hive are searched for few months, and it's celebrated, it's worshipped, and it's
Yeah, it's a rituals for them. They've been doing this. It's been passed down from
centuries
their grandparents. They are
great.
doing this not only for collecting honey, but this is a ritual.
Hmm.
Yeah.
And it's really amazing to witness the process as well, but
This,
also it's
yeah,
very
please.
risky, and we are concerned about the main harvester, but it's their ritual, and they climb the bamboo ladder without any safety harness and without any shoes and
Bare hand
bare
and
hands
barefoot.
and
So it is
barefoot.
said that the if that honeybee bites you more than 20 or 30 honeybee bites you, you can be admitted to hospital. But when they harvest the honey, there are more than 200 of bees bite them in their bare hand, bare foot.
Right.
Yeah.
Wow.
They are made that way. They've been doing this from like centuries. They are used to it.
Hmm.
Honey hunting is done twice a year in spring season and in autumn season. So after maybe after a month, we'll be there to harvest this honey.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
Very
So
so
yeah,
fascinating.
yeah.
So cool. So, what are some of the medicinal benefits of mad honey?
First of all, it there is no research done on gynotoxin that is
Right.
found in honey, but the villagers believe that it treats the
Yes, yes,
heart.
yes.
If you have high blood pressure, it treats that, and it boosts immunity as all honey does that. And
So it is also used for gastrointestinal disorders, and for it is also used as sexual stimulant, immunity booster. So yeah, yeah.
for treatment of insomnia, and they also have this tradition of gifting mad honey when someone is sick to boost their immunity.
And the villager believes it also cures sore throat problems.
Yes, the
Yeah,
mad honey texture is very different from normal honey.
commercial honey. So if you consume it in moderate amount, it has various benefits, but you need to consume it in moderate amount.
Hmm.
Exceeding the limit can lead to like hospitalization
Hmm.
because the granotoxin is a toxin. If taken in excessive amount, it may harm.
Right. So, a question that I have is, as you were saying, a lot of this honey was making it onto international markets and people weren't getting paid fairly. Can you share a little bit more about the ethics behind selling it internationally, but also preserving that culture for your own people?
The honey bee that makes mad honey are going extinct due to this mass commercialization of mad honey, and also not harvesting in the particular season makes them lose their homes.
Mm.
As we harvest in autumn and spring, in that time the bee are about to migrate, and if they do migrate, the honey itself dries out. So to preserve the honey as well and to utilize the already available resources, the villagers only harvest in 2 seasons. So due to this commercialization of mad honey, it is harvest without any research and in any season, and that is causing lot of harm to bee. And that is also one of the reason the bee are going extinct right now. We strictly don't harvest. Even if we get the order, we don't harvest it without the suggestion or talking to the villagers,
Mhm.
and only do it twice a year as per the tradition. And we go along with the villagers. And also the another thing I said was the payment or the value they get, because it is found in very difficult places where normally the habitat or village is not established. It's just nearby few villages. So that is also going on right now. And we of course we don't do that, or we don't promote that. And those are the things that are actually harming the villagers and the bees and the ecosystem right now.
Right. I guess who are the people who are harvesting out of season? Are there any efforts to get them to stop to protect the
Uh,
bees?
right now the villagers are really active and they look after those people, but there is no law or in the level of government or anything else that has been done right now. But the unity of the villagers is really good, and if they communicate and talk about this topic, they really come together to make this happen. And that is something we really need to learn.
Yeah.
Can you tell us some exciting stories of some of your adventures to these places? What it looks like, all the magical stories.
The every step we take is adventures. The adventurous. I can even explain. There's an interesting story I like to share with you. So when we were honey hunting, I was wearing all the safety equipments, and so they believe that the woman can't watch the honey hunting process. The villagers believe if there is women in the group, they leave the woman down there. They start the harvest, and after getting in the middle of harvest, they call the women. So before harvesting the honey, they perform rituals. They pray their god, they pray the nature, and then they climb. So last year when we were there, I got bitten by a bee. It was really, really, really painful. I just opened the harness for a few seconds, and like four or five honeybee came and sit in my forehead. Like I was really afraid. The villager was like, "Don't move, don't move," but it was like drilling machine. So after get bitten by one bee, after one day, then my face was like this.
Super swollen
Yeah, yeah, super swelling.
from one
I got
bite.
bitten by one bite. So the honey
Wow.
hunter we who climb out there, like they got bitten by hundreds of bees, hundred of bees.
Wow.
So we really appreciate the thing they do, the culture they are preserving. So we really appreciate that. We're really happy to be with them, to learn from them. So we're really thankful to work like this.
Yeah, it's great.
Talking about my experience, the journey itself is very challenging, as the roads are not there, and we the villagers make the road when they
Yeah,
are going to hunting. And most of the time the beehives are in very difficult places, in just the corners of these mountains, these hills. So
yeah,
it's so difficult to reach there. They don't have already existing road there. And I was going for the hunting, and in the middle of the journey, there was no road at all. There was no moving forward at all, and I got so panicked, and the villagers were already so much in front of us, and I started crying because it felt like if I go downhill, it was
no
never
way
coming
out.
back.
Yeah,
So
yeah,
Right.
it was one of the most scary experience for me at that time, and also made me appreciate them so much.
yeah.
And it's so difficult to find those routes, and they came back to rescue and hold my hand and they dragged
Yeah,
me along the way.
yeah,
And yes, the women are not invited in certain parts where the hunting is going through. It's because they want to keep women safe,
Yeah.
as it's very
yeah,
risky environment. And when the hunters climb the ladder, the people in the ground are also in risk, cause the stones from the hills are
Falling down
falling
like,
down
yeah,
due to the moving of the bamboo. So that is also a huge risk.
yeah.
One villagers got
Like
hit
hit by
so
the stone,
badly,
like this big stone hit him. Yeah.
and it's a completely different experience witnessing the Madani thing. And it makes us appreciate the local people. The strength is so unimaginable. It just made me realize how we lack living in a city. So many skills we lack living in city, and the villagers, they have so many skills and strength. And sometimes I wonder if moving to city was bad decision
Right.
collectively.
For sure. When you're looking for villages and honey hunters to partner with, how do you know which people to partner with? How are you able to source the honey with authenticity?
Most of the time the villagers make a group of people. They divide group of people in different sectors, and every year the group is changed, and the responsibility of hunting comes to one group each year. And we need permission from the government to witness the hunting as well. Their unity is really strong, as I already said. For now we already have contacts from those villagers. They call us and inform about the ritual the day prior to hunting, and we plan our schedule.
All the process, they use all traditional method. They use traditional bamboo to filter the honey,
Mm,
and they keep in like jars, and we directly load from that to protect the authenticity of the
Mhm.
honey. All traditional bamboos, all traditional like equipments available in the jungle, available in the village are used for the specific hunting.
is there anything else that you would like to share about Mad Honey?
First of all, we'd like to invite you guys to witness this deadliest culture of mad honey hunting in Nepal. The villagers in Nepal are really nice. They really appreciate us in hunting. So we can witness the thousands of years old tradition happening in Nepal. It's an opportunity.
Do you take groups only in the fall or do you take people in the spring too?
So
Yes.
yeah, we take groups twice a year, once in spring and once in autumn season, from September to November.
Yeah, very cool.
Yeah.
So, are there any other products that you guys source and supply?
There are so many interesting products that we want to add. Another product we have right now is dog chew. It is made from milk. It's very good for your dog's mouth health, and it
Interesting.
is widely famous in Nepal.
It is widely famous in the US too. So it is sold by the name of Himalayan dog chew. Basically, it's a dog food made in the Himalayas of Nepal. It is made by milk and lime juice. It's a hard form of chew.
That is the product we already have right now with us.
Yeah.
And another product is very similar to dog chew, that is churpi. And churpi is just a human version of the dog
Dog chew.
chew.
Yeah.
It's a hard form of chew,
Turpi is the hardest cheese in the world.
Mm,
and it slowly melts in few hours, and it gives that milky
Yeah,
flavor.
you just put it in mouth and enjoy the flavors of turpi.
that's so
Yes.
fascinating.
And another few products we wanted to add, but we are facing few problems. That is Yarsa Gumba. It is also one of the most demanded product, and very organic and health wise very good product. And another product, and due to this commercialization of products, we actually don't want to give people the mixed version of this product. Our matter is also 100% pure. We don't do filtration as well. We just bring the product and package it as it is. No filtration, no nothing to give the 100% taste. So sometimes you might find the hive as well, parts of hive in our
Yeah.
honey. We were so disappointed by the honey that is available here, as it's mixed with other honey or sugar or things like that to sell it in big amounts. And that is also one of the drawbacks of
Yeah.
mad honey, as it is only found in limited amount, and to scale it or to commercialize it is really difficult.
Hmm.
So we prefer to invest in other business rather than just thinking about commercializing these unique rare products by mixing it or doing any unethical things.
Hmm. Yeah.
I would like to say that if anyone loves farming or organic products, Nepal is the best place to come in. We are so rich in this kind of products, and no, we live in Kathmandu, but the Himalayan regions, the product, the people, even we are so inspired. The warmth, the love they give, the strength they have. It's so amazing to witness that, and I would like to call off all of the viewers to Nepal and witness our unique cultures, unique foods, and enjoy our
Yes,
taste.
we'll be happy to serve you guys. And I want to thank you, Hannah, for having us in this session. Really
Absolutely.
appreciate it.
Yeah. Thank you for joining me and sharing a little bit about it. I will definitely stay in touch and we'll come and visit.
We
Yeah,
would love to.
have you guys here.
Yeah, that'd be awesome.
Thank you,
Sure.
Hannah. Bye. You take care.
Thank you. Talk to you later. Bye. If you too thought climbing a handmade bamboo ladder barefoot, bare hands to interact with the world's largest honeybees is an insane story, then you'll have to check out the photos of it that I've posted on social media. The beekeeping that you may be used to thinking of, especially if you're from the US, is in boxes. They're almost like livestock. In the US, the bees that we beekeep for honey are not even native to this area. They're European, they push out native pollinators. So this is a totally different thing. They are hunting for the bees that are naturally in that extreme remote area. And of course, as you heard, it's pretty dangerous for them to do. It got me thinking a lot after this interview about how we can balance production with how much the land actually wants to give. I just think of how many places throughout agriculture, throughout the world, are we really trying to push the limits of nature and produce, meet the demand, make all the money, and it's wreaking havoc on the environment. And like in this case, it's hurting the bee populations. Just food for thought. Thank you for listening to another episode. Remember to check out those posts on social media, and I hope you guys have a great week.